Woo! Welcome back to the Captain's Quadrant. I am Captain Joe Dove. I am so excited to be here today. Returning to the Captain's Quadrant is a dear friend who really helped me out so much in the last year, one of the toughest years of my life. You guys have no idea behind the scenes how much this guy means to me, because when I lost my job, I gotta let the people know this is how great I am. But when I lost my job, he hopped on StreamYard. He's on the other side of the planet. It is Talking to Me himself, VHS Jace, joining us back in the Captain's Quadrant. But let me tell you, he hopped on StreamYard at a late hour and helped me with my resume to get back out there. So I always be grateful for you, my friend.
Too easy. Couldn't have you being lazy and unemployed. I'm like, no, I'm not letting him have fun by sitting at home. Get back into the workforce.
Get back to work.
No, it's good to be back. It's certainly good to be back to talk about this film tonight. So
yeah.
Certainly, it's I think one of the more interesting films to discuss.
Yeah,
for sure. But before we get on to that, Joe, I also wanted to shout you and Jason out for Trek Long Island.
Yeah,
obviously I wasn't there this year because I wasn't there.
Yeah,
but you guys were fantastic, and you got to interview my favorite actor in the Star Trek universe with Andrew Robertson, and that's amazing. And I highly recommend everyone out there to check out both your panels.
Yeah.
Is there two you've put up? Or is there
there's two that are up. It's a weird thing because we found out at the last minute that nobody was recording. So luckily Teddy's handler was like, oh, and then recorded for me. So God bless you, Amy. So I appreciate that. But yeah, luckily she was there because she was able to record both. And she's got a really good eye. So we get some really good shots of Andrew Robinson. And there's some decent shots of us. So she knew what to do, man. Let me tell you. So it was a magical moment. I really appreciate it. The organization that you've helped set up this channel has really catapulted us. As I go to these conventions, the look of the show is always, oh my God, that looks great. So it really helped me with the foot in the door. And through the connections that I've made, these wonderful people that are behind the scenes at Trek Long Island, I thank all of them. Stephanie, Matthew Kaplowitz, Connor, and just all of you guys just did such a great job, and you've become friends. So, the Captain's Quadrant is always at the ready. We're ready to hop on stage and do some interviews and do some shows behind the scenes and everything you need, because we've just been rocking and rolling, and it's been a hell of an adventure. So thank you. And I'm glad you watched those, because, I don't know if you remember, but I actually got a cameo of Andrew Robinson for you when you were sick.
Yes. I still have it on my phone.
Oh, you still have it? Wow, that's awesome.
I absolutely would never get rid of that.
Yeah.
So, no, that was amazing. That was great. So let's make it clear the reason why I'm even on this episode tonight is because your normal co-host, Jason, is away at the moment. So apparently traveling the world is more important than being on the show, Joe. That's something you can talk to him about, of course.
Yeah, we'll figure it out.
But, the thing is with Jason, it's a tough one with Jason because I can't even really ask him at the moment how his holiday is because he puts everything online.
Yeah.
He is one bowel movement away from putting up an inappropriate video at some point. He tells you everything.
Yeah.
But Joe, I wanted to share a couple of photos that I do exclusively have because we're friends and we work together over in the Jason Roy Gaston channel, which you guys should absolutely check out all the shows we do over there. I just wanted to show you some exclusive photos of what Jason's been up to. So, as you know, he had to go to, didn't have to, but he went to Canada.
Yes, he did.
Where that? So, which is great. And
look at him.
He sent that to me. He's making some really nice friends.
Oh, look at that. It's Animal Kingdom.
It's good, isn't it? Yeah, seems to be on the nose, some very stereotypical Canada, but he
went right to the moose. Right to the moose.
Yeah. But he makes lots of friends in Canada, including what seems to be a very warm, friendship.
Yeah, he got real cuddly with that bear, man. Oh.
Yeah. But do you know where he is at the moment? Do you know what his deal is right now?
What's he doing?
Well, he's supposed to be going up to the Arctic Circle.
Oh,
and he made it.
Oh,
he made it. Here we go. There he is.
He's frozen.
Well, he just, that's just
Sylvester McCoy there a little bit.
He never dresses appropriately.
No, he's always in shorts.
Not for anything. He's always in that shirt. No.
Yeah.
No, actually, all kidding aside, he looks like he's having the time of his life.
Yeah.
You should all go and check out all of his shorts and everything else. And the video got over on Jason Roy Gaston channel because they are really fun and entertaining.
Absolutely.
He's stuck with you, Jace, tonight. Not
well, he's still Jason, so it works. So I have to do what we have to do, and that is thank our patrons.
We honor our Patreons.
Holimac79, Johannesborg, Chris Katelka, Denise Hill, Joe Supporter.
Yes, thank you so much, guys. We really appreciate all.
What's with the voiceover, dude? That is disturbing.
Yeah, I figured.
I feel like I need to call someone over that voiceover.
I figured it matched with that alien in the beginning. It was there was a really cool version of all this, and then Paramount was like, so I had to change everything. So I don't know if you remember, but it came out pretty nice, and it went wild because, of course, we all our patrons got to get stickers and t-shirts and everything. So all the stuff I had, I forgot to give Chris his stuff. So Chris, it's on the way. It's off in the mail. You should receive your stickers and you should be pretty excited about that. So we thank all of you. And if you want to become a patron, it's very simple. The link is in the podcast notes. The link is in the YouTube notes, wherever you're watching, or Facebook. And you click that. And you, on your computer, I can't stress this enough, on your computer, join Patreon. Don't join Patreon on your phone. You know why? Because they take 60 cents to the dollar. So as you're paying for it, they're actually getting more money than you're actually donating, as well as a lot of other intricacies. So be sure to become a patron and do it on the computer. All right. Cool. Now, let us hop into the synopsis. I'll read it for you today. After the crew of the USS Enterprise find an unstoppable force of terror from within their own organization, Captain Kirk leads a manhunt to a war zone world to capture a one-man weapon of mass destruction. That's pretty accurate, I think. Yeah.
I think that's a good general synopsis. It's a vague one, but there you go. Absolutely.
Yeah. All right, well, let's look at the classics. First Contact.
Yeah.
Thanks. We've got a great comment I got to bring up right before we get into it. This is I want to say hello to everybody, of course, my friend universe, Wes, Holly, Liz. So good to see all of you guys. I just want to cuddle the bear. Big Bear not yet starting to chase him. And then this is my favorite. You were talking about the voice. There's something about that voice that
not right, is it? It's not right.
So secret out, that is a AI voiceover that's supposed to sound like
well, hopefully, because if that was somebody real.
That's supposed to be the guy from Die Hard and Harry Potter, Alan Rickman.
That's supposed to be Alan Rickman.
That's supposed to be Alan Rickman. Yeah, it's like a Timu Alan Rickman.
Okay. Fair enough.
All right, Jace, please, your first contact.
Look, but yeah, quickly to preface what I'm about to say about Into Darkness, just want to set up what I thought of Star Trek, the reboot, the film before.
Yes.
To me, that movie is unbelievably one of the best reboots I've ever seen of anything ever. I think it was genius move, that movie, because not only was it able to reboot a franchise, but instead of discarding what had become before it, they didn't intrinsically damage that at all. They made it still part of what was going on.
Right.
And split the timeline. So what a genius way to not only get new people on board, but to keep the fans happy. Generally, you're never going to keep them all happy. And then create what is a really tight, fun, entertaining movie that you didn't need to be a fan of Star Trek to enjoy.
No.
Everybody could enjoy that movie, and they did. And great casting. I think, yes, the villain was probably not as strong as I would have liked, but still, I think for a reboot, Star Trek 2009 was exceptional.
Wow.
So my expectations were we were going to get more of the same for this one.
Yeah.
And, I watched this again just 2 nights ago in prep for this. And if I could sum this movie up in one word, and I'll go into deeper reasons why, it's mean.
Mean.
It's mean. Everything about it is mean. The way it's made, the characters' kind of attitude, their attitude towards making the movie, everything just feels mean.
Ooh,
like even the ship that they introduced, which I love, which is the USS Vengeance.
Vengeance, great name.
Which I've got a picture of.
Oh, yeah. That ship was awesome.
It's gorgeous. Look at you.
Yeah.
It's mean. Everything about this. Spock, I reckon we see him the meanest he can be when he's in that fight at the end.
Yeah.
So it just feels like that's the theme of it.
I never really caught that. That's a really good observation.
Here's my other thing is with this movie and why I have a real problem with it. I actually reject the foundation of this movie, and that is we're redoing the what is considered one of the great Star Trek movies in Wrath of Khan. Well, I think that is a fundamental dumb idea. And I know the reasons why they chose to do it, but I just can't get away with the conceit of you redoing that.
Yeah.
Going anywhere near that was just a dumb idea.
I got to say, like, I was really big into, I've always been big into Star Trek from eons. So when they said they're going to do this and Bennernack Numberbitch was going to be in it in some capacity, I was like, oh, this is going to be exciting. So, they were like, no, we're not going to do Wrath of Khan in the beginning. They were like, no, it's going to be a reboot of Wrath of Khan. I swear to God, it's not going to be a reboot. And he's playing John Henderson. It's like, oh, okay. So I'm thinking, and then they show the picture of the 2 ships, the Enterprise looking really tiny and the Vengeance looking like monstrous. I'm like, oh my God, are they going to do like a really cool update to Doomsday Device? That would have been awesome. And maybe Benedict Cumberbatch is going to be the guy that Decker. He was going to be Decker, and I thought maybe there was like a play that they were doing. And
look,
then
if you were
go ahead.
If you're gonna do that type of thing, do what you've already done. Like if you wanted to redo a story, you had 3 seasons. Where do you think Wrath of Khan came from? It came from the Space Seed. So, like, if you wanted to do something similar, why didn't you just grab another story? From the past and redo it for this version, which I still think is not a great idea because they had an opportunity because they had built such good faith to, like there's not a lot of original Star Trek stories around anymore. We know that, but there's still lots of creative stories out there. We've seen it in the shows. Just do something fresh and different.
Yeah.
And the biggest problem I think is their need to have a villain.
Yeah.
Because you know what? You don't have to.
No, you got to
have a satellite.
Yeah.
You can have whales.
Yeah.
You can have. Yeah, you don't need a villain. This movie didn't need a villain. That's my biggest problem with the whole thing is as I'm watching it, I'm like, this movie should not be in existence at all. Sorry.
All right. Well, let's get into the good and bad of it. The
sometimes it may be good, sometimes it may be shit.
I missed that. I'm glad we brought that back. I'll let you go first. I know you have a lot of
okay, there is a lot of good in this though. Okay, like I have to get that out too. It is one of the as technically as it's made and how it looks, it's pretty expertise, right? Yeah. I think it's Michael Giacchino's best score. I love the score of this Star Trek more than anything. Chris Pine. And the rest of the crew, aren't they phenomenal? They just they gel so well, except for fatty fat face.
For Quinton.
What's the deal in this movie? I kept watching it and going, this dude is all chubbed up.
Yeah, I think he was living off the residuals of the last movie. He was like, pizza, or maybe he was working out. He was buff Spock, and there was probably going to be like a shirtless scene for him to kind of balance with the the Brian Candy scene of Alice Eve. And then maybe it got cut, and he was like, "Man, I bulked up for nothing," and then went back to because I've seen him in Vegas, and he's a tiny guy. I was like,
"Wow,
he's
that's
not
crazy,
big at all." Like I was surprised. You know who is a big guy?
Who?
Anson Mount and Jonathan Frakes. Those dudes are big, and
they're big boys. Yeah,
they're big boys. And you know who's jacked? Ethan, the new Spock, Ethan Peck.
Ethan Peck.
He's jacked, and like he stood up, and he's much taller than me. I was like, it's something weird because I always thought Zachary Quinto was a giant, and so it was just surprising when you see these people in person. You're like, my perception is totally different now, But
if you look at the three Spocks, right, and when I look at the three individual Spocks we have, I think of you think of the classic Spock, and you go, yeah, he's always zen at peaks.
Yes,
he seemed always at zen. With Quinto, I almost feel like he's simmering. And he's quiet in his eyes. He's like, I really want to hurt someone right now. Like, I always feel there's anger behind his eyes. Wow. And then when I see Ethan Peck, I go, he's somebody who's almost on the verge of becoming insane, but in a funny way.
Yeah.
You expect in one moment him to just turn into this crazy squirrel from a cartoon. They've all got their own very different, I think, vibes about each Spock.
Yeah.
So angry Spock, simmering Spock, which we get a lot of in this movie.
Yeah.
I don't know how it sits with me. I don't like seeing Spock at the end of it in the fight. I don't like it. I know they're trying to subvert expectations of the audience by making it Spock rather than the Kirk scenario.
Yeah.
But I don't like seeing Spock violent. I just don't. Like his violence should be neck pinch.
Yeah. Well,
I don't know, man.
That scene when he's neck pinching him and he's like really giving it all, and then Khan
hammering, hammering Khan at some point.
Yeah, there was a lot of really cool choices that they did. I thought that were really cool.
Yeah, that's actually going back to also some of the good points. The cast is wonderful in this, I think.
Yeah,
and Benedict Cumberbatch, as much as I really reject the idea of the character, he does a good job. Problem is he's English, right? So even when they're really crazy and simmering, they're always just slightly polite as well,
right? Yeah,
and proper.
Yeah.
And the fact it is, like, you can't deny how bad the whitewashing is in the casting.
Oh yeah, they did not need to. Khan should have been. You know, would have been a great Khan. Did you ever watch the show Lost?
Yeah, I know who you're talking about. That guy in Lost. Yeah.
Nestor Noche, I think.
Yes, that's it. Yep,
he would have been awesome as Khan.
He would have been amazing.
He has that. He can do an accent, and he can do, and he's tan, and
But see, the problem I think with this Khan versus the old Khan, besides the whole race thing, which we can get into because of the backstory of Khan, and is the fact that with Cumberbatch, there's no charisma there. See, I always felt Khan, one of the reasons he became a world leader, and he was able to lead these wars and have these people follow him, is because he was charming and like a lot of cult leaders. You know what I mean? You fall under his spell, and I don't think at any point watching Benedict's performance that I would fall under his spell and follow him.
Not at all. I was like, I mean, he's charming and he's handsome, but like, I'm not following you in the war, dude. Like, you weird, And he was always like, it always seemed like he had to go to the bathroom, like he was constipated or something. He always had this look on his face of like,
he had the ultimate posture. You would give him good posture.
Yeah, he did have really good posture. I'll give him that for sure.
Now, the insert of the Marcuses is an interesting one because literally Admiral Marcus is playing the stereotypical evil admiral role, correct?
Admiral. Yep.
Yeah. I mean, like, as any fans of the show would know, it's kind of hard to, like, he's playing out. Though he does it deliciously well. Peter Weller.
He's so good. He's
over.
Who's going to save the universe? You! The way he, like, executes his lines.
It's pretty great. Yeah.
I didn't
even mind Alice Eve in the role as well.
No. She was great.
I hadn't seen her much before, but she was quite a good.
But it's interesting how her dad was not British and she was very British.
Sorry.
So it was like, She has this English accent and Dad doesn't. So I was like, is Mom English? Like, where's
Yeah,
the English
right.
accent from? It was like,
We've got a white calm. We just have to go with it in this movie. Don't
yeah,
we?
I guess so. Here's a fun fact. So
yeah, go. Oh, fun facts. I like this. I like fun facts.
So recently the Captain's Quadrant got a follow from a celebrity. We've got besides Joe Pingway and Phil Morris and a couple others, which we appreciate all you guys. But the Klingon wife from Star Trek 3 recently followed us, and her style of hair. So you know the scene where Scotty's in the club and you hear that music?
Yep.
The hairstyle, there's a woman that walks in the club in the very beginning and blink and you miss it. But it's actually an homage to this hairstyle from Star Trek 3.
Oh, wonderful.
And that's Kathy Sheriff.
Oh, amazing.
Yeah, and I thought that was really cool. But here's the other fun fact. That song is actually J.J. Abrams' band playing.
Is it?
Yeah. So I always
thought it sounded derivative.
Yeah.
Oh, that's mean. I'm being like this movie now. I'm just being mean.
But yeah, I just wanted to.
I think this should have been red flags for Lucasfilm. It should have been red flags.
Wow. Yeah. Wow. But I mean, you got to keep in mind, like the title says, this is one of the biggest box office successes for Star
It is
Trek.
the big. It's nothing earned more than this film. And but there can be an argument made around the fact that the reason it got such big box office has a lot to do with the good faith they built in the first film. Yeah. People really enjoyed that film. And though it didn't make as much as the box office, people who didn't see it in the cinema definitely caught up with it on Blu-ray and stuff. So
yeah.
Like everyone was excited to go and see this. So yeah, I mean, if you have a look at that list, actually, Joe, what the one I think blows my mind the most is how far down the list some of the good films are. Like Undiscovered Country.
Yeah, like Wrath of Khan is low.
List. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. It bugs me out. Like Star Trek 6 isn't really that big a box office getter.
No.
First Contact is like I think the biggest one for next gen, right?
Yeah.
See, it's been a while since I looked. I know I just saw it actually. We're on the friend of the show, Strange New Pod. They had a panel that we did, and we were talking about that.
Yeah, what's interesting. So it doesn't necessarily mean like the setup for that situation to make a lot of money was there. And you're still talking the days where opening box office, as it is still today, is king. So if you have a really good first weekend, you're generally going to get about a drop off at about 60%. So you'll earn 40% of what you did the first weekend. And then by then, if it's really bad, people have caught up. But this, I don't think anyone says Star Trek in the Darkness is bad, but I don't remember a lot of people going, this is amazing.
Well, I think that a lot of people were upset because the whole switch with Kirk and Spock, and then the Tribbles being resurrected.
I think that's disingenuous too. To take one of the strongest emotional beats from the film series and repurpose it so you can have a Leo meme moment of him going, I remember that.
Yeah.
I think that was really disrespectful. And I gotta say, I feel like the writers, and Alex Kurtzman is one of them, who's now been in control of Star Trek since the new Trek has been born. At that point, I don't think they understood what Trek was. Yeah. They had zero interest in making a Star Trek film and more interest in making a Star Wars film disguised as a Star Trek film.
Yeah, I felt like this was Star Trek Fast and the Furious, in all honesty.
Yeah.
Beat for beat, it's like very fast, a lot of pew-pews, which I don't mind because I love pew-pews, but like, it wasn't really like a cerebral movie where it's like, okay, I've got you now, Kirk, like the original Wrath of Khan. This is more
the ones that, for me, the movies that I love of Star Trek all have strong emotional beats.
Yes.
Star Trek 2 has very strong emotional beats. There's a lot at stake going on. And the same with 4. I don't know. It gives me a warm,
even
happy,
has some great.
It's like a warm hug,
Yeah.
And 6 gets me kind of tense. I like the feeling that gives me, and then the action and adrenaline of 8, and off you go.
Yeah.
But like this, I really felt comfortable out of this. I mean, like I said, it looks amazing. It looks incredible.
It does.
Like that moment, even that last bit with the Khan, pushing the vengeance to try to destroy.
That was a dope
Starfleet.
too.
It looks incredible, and definitely holds up from a visual perspective. It's just, I don't know. I come away feeling that they really didn't service the characters in any meaningful way out of this. I don't know what was Kirk's growth in this movie. What was the lesson he was learning?
There was a whole thing in the trailer that Bruce.
Yeah, but you know what I mean? There's a clear character arc. I just don't know.
Right. No. He was like, hey, you can't go gung
he has to be a leader. We'll discover that in the first film. I mean,
right. Yeah, we're rehashing some stuff, but that's cool. Don't worry. There really wasn't any growth. I mean, Spock got more into his human emotions, so you got that and him dealing with that. So I felt like Spock had more of an arc than Kirk did, in all honesty. Because he was bugged out about death. Like when Pike died, he did the Vulcan touch, So I felt like there was more of a connection for Spock in this movie for him to really get his legs going, and Zachary Quinto.
And you are right there. It is very much a Spock movie, isn't it? And and in hindsight, it was probably important that we had a Spock movie, because I think Spock's pretty underserved in the next film, which is my favorite film. Jump ahead there. That Beyond is my favorite of the Kelvin Timeline films. Without question. Without question. I think Star Trek Beyond is the most Star Trek movie I think they've made in the modern era. Man.
Wow.
Love it.
All right. So my pros, obviously, all the little love notes that J.J. Abrams, I don't know if he had a team of people that just love Star Trek, or he actually loves Star Trek, or one of them writers.
He doesn't. Well, remember, he's famous for going, look, I'm a Star Wars guy. Like, okay. So he's famous for that. I don't know if the guys around him, I feel like Alec Kurtzman wasn't. But I think, and Damon Lindelof, like, I don't know if he was deep into Star Trek or not. He's just like a genre writer. He writes everything, doesn't he? So I don't know. I don't know. I'm sure they had to have a team there just for continuity purposes.
Yeah. So like
there would have been experts.
There's the beats. Well, first of all, I want to say hello to Ross Monroe. Good to see you, buddy. We're so glad you're catching us live. And if you guys want to make sure you don't miss us, be sure to like, share, and subscribe. But you want to make sure you ring that bell when you subscribe. That way, you guarantee a notification from the YouTube gods to ensure that we are live right on time. The biggest pro for me, believe it or not, is Admiral Marcus. I loved, as soon as Peter Welker was on screen, he stole the show. There was just so much. And of course, Bones, like, he got his like beats in. I'm a doctor, not a whatever, not a nuclear physicist or something like that. But
Carl Urban is he's really the unsung hero of the entire franchise, because it's just so good.
Yeah.
You always rely on Carl Urban. Always rely on. He's magnificent as the Doctor.
He is. He really is. He did such a great job.
Yeah.
So Carl Urban was a big pro for me. There were so many times that I think the love notes that they wrote for this, like, as a Deep Space Nine fan, hey, we're going to this section of Klingon space. We're in the Kethel Lowlands. It's like, oh, Martok's hand. Oh, I know that. Hey, get the vessel from the Mudd incident. So there's a nod to Harry Mudd. And there were so many little, the Klingon hairdo from Star Trek 3. There were so many little love notes that I really appreciated as a deep Star Trek fan, and seeing them. I had like so many, hey, they did this, and so many Leo moments or Khan moments from the original Wrath of Khan. Where
they're always good when they do that, aren't they? They allow you to have layers. Like the really good Star Trek films, you can go in with not really even like the first film. You didn't, like I said, even need to have seen Star Trek to go in and enjoy that and not worry about it. But if you're an uber fan of Star Trek, there was still a lot you got out of that. And if you're an uber fan, there's a lot you get out of this film.
Yeah, exactly.
I think there's a lot, because they're nuggets there. Nuggets that go over my head like a lot, but I know they're there.
Yeah.
Okay, that means something. I just don't know what, but
So there's a ton of stuff that I absolutely love. I mean, the amount of things, and even Spock calling Spock, Mr. Spock, Mr. Spock. Did you deal with somebody named Khan? Oh, like those little beats
Really,
were
I'm
great.
sorry. I should have loved that scene, but I really hate that scene.
Really?
Really, yeah, just because of what it represents. I think just because of what it represents and the fact that this is them basically breaking the fourth wall. Yeah, we know we're doing a remake, and why he's a wink and a nod. This guy's going to tell you how it ends. Like, it's just if you've got to reference the strength of another movie to help enhance your movie, it bugs me.
Yeah, I got you. I
But
thought it was a cute movie.
Hey, look, I'm just this, just this little old Australian living at the bottom of the planet. Getting all ambulance about the things I don't like in Star Trek. I know most people don't even see it like that and enjoy it.
Hey, there's nothing wrong with that. But this was also Leonard Nimoy's last time in Star Trek. He passed away a couple of years after this. So I think 2 years after this, no less. Yeah. So there's little
yeah, that's sad. That's sad. Absolutely. That's sad. I can't say anything negative about that at all. Like, as much as a story point, I think they should have just left that in the last film. But there's also a big part of me is like, anytime you could get him to put the ears on and be Spock is a good time.
Yeah, true. It was just a FaceTime. Hey, boo, what's good? I stole that from.
It's kind of like they had to do that scene, didn't they? Because you're almost screaming it in the audience, like, where's
I'm sure.
Spock?
I mean,
when I saw
it, when I saw it in the theater, that was a part where a lot of people were like, woo, so.
I just wish they had done the whole cast though. He just didn't ring Spock. He was able to somehow, I don't know, get in touch with everyone. If everyone had their own moment, even Chekhov go, the dude stuck a thing in my ear. And like,
stay away. He's the worst.
He did this to me. It's almost like a confessional moment.
Yeah, that would have been cool. So yeah, then another big pro for me was the look of everything. Like certain scenes where the ship, when it goes into warp and it kind of like stretches out and you have those little like star lines behind it. Very cool. Yep. It was very fast paced. It's 2 hours and change. Doesn't seem like it because the way they pace this movie, it's a rhapsody. And I got to give kudos to Anton Yelchin, who unfortunately passed away, but he was really great as Chekhov in this. And he's like running around in the brewery, just going up and down and everything. And of course, Simon Pegg as Scotty. What did you do to my ship? Like just so many beats were just fantastic.
He becomes a massive hero in the next film. And I'm not talking about the character, I'm saying the man himself.
Yeah, he ended up writing it, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, a lot.
Yeah, because they lost
that
the writer.
Film doesn't exist without Simon Pegg basically carrying that production through to completion with Justin Lin. For sure.
So what didn't I like about this movie? I thought Benedict Cumberbatch was a poor choice for Khan. I thought making Khan was a poor choice. If you're a Doctor Who fan, in the very beginning, you're seeing Mickey from the Tennant years pop in, and the reboot New Who come in. You're like, oh wow, Mickey's gonna have a moment. Maybe he'll be, and then all of a sudden it's just ends up going back to Khan being the main thing in this. I was just like, they could have done something really cool.
Well, they could have adjusted it, Joe. Like, have a. Of course. If you wanted to do your own version of Khan, why don't you really subvert audiences? And instead of Khan being the guy trying to release the prisoners, Khan is one of the prisoners, and you have one of his generals. So Benedict Cumberbatch would have been playing one of his generals, and his motivation was to bring Khan back.
Exactly.
Now, that would have been a better way to do it, because you would have had the tension of, are they going to bring back Khan? You know what I mean?
Yeah, and then they don't.
Suspense and build up in the third act, and you actually bring out someone who looks like Ricardo Montalban. That would have been amazing. People would have lost their freaking mind. And
I think they basically reduced Spacey.
Yeah. Like, again, the whole premise of remaking one of the most popular films in the franchise. In fact, if that film doesn't exist in the franchise in the film world probably doesn't exist. To just go back and mess with that in any way was just a poor choice. It just was.
Yeah, I agree. Totally agree.
Stand by that, 100%. You know.
No, I stand with you, bro. Like it's just kind of could have done something. Like even if they wanted to, there's a big tension with the Klingons. That there's this conspiracy that Marcus makes to kind of get at the Klingons and start a war so they can wipe them out with the Vengeance and the ship, the Vengeance. And I'm thinking, well, why don't they just make Khan like one of those enhanced Klingons that we know that didn't have the ridges like in the original, like the Enterprise? It's like, why didn't they just do that and then like have a conspiracy with he infiltrates and like, you know, they could have done so many.
Here we go. We're just a couple of guys. We've got all these other better ideas.
I think so.
I think, you know, it's. Yeah, I will never understand the logic of it. That's why I don't feel like that particular writing team had a good grasp on the universe.
No, I agree.
And they put too much self-importance into Khan. And then and my other problem with the writers, their need to make it so action-packed without them going, well, think about the great the Star Trek films that most people love actually don't contain a lot of action at all.
Nope.
Star Trek 2 is really just cat and mouse game.
Yeah.
It's a submarine movie.
It's the same thing.
That's what it is in space.
Yeah. Yeah.
And then Star Trek 4 it's a comedy. Whales.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know what I mean? There's not a lot of action happening and people love it. And then Star Trek 6 is really a political movie.
Right.
It's about politics. You know?
Yeah, it's great. It's so good. All right. Well, we got to talk to our friends in the chat. So it is time to go at the gusto and let
Hopefully they've got a better opinion than I do.
No. Fight it well.
So I got to ask you, as you're watching these, because you haven't seen them in a while, you're going, oh, yeah.
Yeah, the bumpers. I was just thinking, I remember when I come up with that idea, Fire at Will.
Yeah.
I'm like, this is so low-hanging fruit of a joke, but it's going to be a great bumper segment.
Yeah. So true. We have the hellos. We got let's just rehash that. Hello Leticia, hello Holly,
hello
Chris, what's up, buddy? How are you? Liz, of course, hello to you, our good friend. And Damon, we've interviewed, and then he's been hanging out
back in the day. Yes, we talked to him quite often.
Yeah, and he has the joy of actually being in Star Trek. So go check out Damon J and learn more about him. He's a cool dude. He's got great experiences. Have a great stream. Long live the Empire. Holly, we really appreciate that. We did great at Trek Long Island. It was a lot of fun.
I did.
Yeah. I don't know what the wow was, but I appreciate that too. Liz, okay, be gentle tonight.
Okay, she's gentle tonight. Thanks, Liz. Hi, Liz.
Really she liked this movie. Hey, Wes.
Goes, please.
Yeah, please be gentle. Hello, Wes. Good to see you. I hope your arm's feeling better. I know you're in a sling. Had a bit of an accident. I think like a truck hit him or something like that. But he's a tough cookie. Yeah, he's hopping.
Yeah.
Yeah,
we just want to cuddle the bear. Yeah.
Yeah.
You didn't really clarify who you really meant, though, there, My Figure Universe.
Yeah, that's I
don't think that was entirely clear what you meant when you said cuddle the bear.
Exactly. Moose are awesome. You never realize how small your problems are until they come after you. Wow.
Yeah. You know what I learned recently? Because I'm an Australian, we don't have, that's not exactly natural to our landscape. I saw this video where one of them, they shake their antlers off. Like this moose had giant antlers. And then you just see him come into frame, do this shake, and they both just fall off and you go.
Yeah.
And I'm thinking, because I'm Australian. So if this sounds simplistic, guys, I do apologize.
No.
But I'm thinking, how awesome would it be to find them?
Oh,
you found them out at a walk or something. You'd be dragging them home, wouldn't you?
Oh, yeah. But they're big. Those antlers are no joke. They're huge, you know. But yeah,
I didn't know that. I didn't know they shed them. I didn't know.
Yeah. Here's something about that. Oh yeah, put the lotion on my skin.
That voice.
Yeah, he catches the ED209. Ed 209. Yeah, for sure. Sounds like Benedict Cumberbatch. Look at that. A little bit.
If you really think it sounds like Benedict, I don't know.
Yeah,
but
totally agree. Yeah, Benedict. Okay. Was executed well. All right, so we've got some love for that. Great ensemble cast.
Sure.
Okay.
Yeah, do you know, you realize, isn't that nuts to think that film is 16 years old?
I can't believe it.
And, you know, when I thought about that the other day, Joe, I got actually particularly angry at the thought of how poorly they've mishandled this cast.
Oh,
like,
yeah,
if you think we only got 3 films in 16 years from that cast is
That's
an
bad.
embarrassment. Because
It
you
is.
think about the original films, first one was 79. That cast went all the way to 94.
Yeah.
Right. So they did what, 6.5, you would say, because Kirk said 7. So 6.5 films in what, 10 years.
Right. So I don't
So
know.
it actually really annoys me to think how poorly Paramount handled the film.
Well, here's hoping Skydance manages it better when they take over, hopefully pretty soon.
It's too late. It's too late. Because now, what's the point of bringing that cast back? They're all going to play their final mission thing. We've seen that type of move. They've completely, as I would say, screwed the pooch on that one, Joe.
Oh, that sucks.
Fun
fact, you suck. Fun fact, Bill Hader was the voice of the Vengeance. Really?
That is awesome. It's a pretty great ship. You know what else I loved about that ship in that movie? It's just,
what's that?
Like, you know, in the first movie, we got that Romulan ship. The Vengeance was so much more intimidating than the Romulan ship.
It really was, yeah.
Every time the Vengeance was on screen, you felt the sound they did for it, the sound mixing, just the way they always have this thing looming on screen. It was awesome.
And I love that. Oh, you think you're safe at warp? You're not. And then all of a sudden the thing goes, it's like, oh crap. Yeah. It's like, it felt like the shark in Jaws.
It was a really effective moment too. It was a really effective moment. Yeah.
Yeah, very true. Very true. Yeah. Crazy. This movie is only 12 years old. Wow. I can't even believe it.
I think it's crazy that it is 12. It is. No.
Yeah.
Yeah. That it is 12 years old.
12 years. Yeah.
Anton still has one arm.
Yeah. Charlie X or Mud. Yeah. Mud's women. A couple of them. Jinx. Trelane. Okay. I guess there must be something I missed. Holly, if you're still here, let us know the Trelane. I missed that one. Yeah. They did it fresh. Beyond sucked. Oh, them's fighting words, Liz.
I love Beyond. They're fighting words, Liz. Beyond is a really good Star Trek movie, and I'm happy to defend it any time of the day.
Oh, okay. Let's see. The casting gods were looking out during the casting of the movie series. That's very true, Holly. Nothing wrong with a little extra loving.
I talk about his face.
Yeah. An interesting fun fact about Dermot Mulroney.
I remember hearing that.
Revealed in the Michael Roosevelt. So who's Dermot Mulroney? Who's that?
You don't know him. He's
I don't.
Amazing actors from the. You'd have to look him up. Let me give you examples of films he's been in. Is it My Best Friend's Wedding? He was the main guy in that. He's been in. Was he in Young Guns? One of those films. Dermot Mulroney.
So he's in
Young Guns.
Career.
Yeah, he's got an amazing.
Oh yeah. I just looked him up. He's in The Grey.
The fact that he plays cello blew my mind. But I do watch that Rosenbaum podcast. I remember watching that one and going, really? He played, he's not a guy who looks like he would be playing cello, but there you go.
Yeah. Liz says Holly she agrees with Holly. Benedict Cumberbatch is bankable. Okay.
Right. Hey, look, I love that dude as Doctor Strange. I really do.
He's great, Doctor Strange.
I'm obsessed with the Sherlock series. I have zero complaints with him as an actor. I just do think he was miscast. He was completely miscast.
I agree. Next, there's a great guy. He's talking about the guy from Lost, who I think would have been a better con. I was just hanging out with. So, how are you hanging out with
Small World?
Yeah, sure.
He's like, how does that happen? World. I love that.
Yeah, that's so cool. And you know who he hung out with? I don't know
how.
Yeah,
but
I don't know if you saw the episode, but he actually was hanging out with Kurgan, Clancy Brown. He told us he actually called in. We have a call-in feature for regular. But we'll talk more about that. Valkyris. So that's pretty cool. Russ is catching us live. We're so grateful for you to come in. Let's see. Star Trek Beyond was the only Kelvin film I liked. Interesting. and it's Peter Weller.
That's the reason
not
why
Welker.
I like you, My Figure Universe. Actually, there's another reason. I've got to keep saying this. My Figure Universe is one of those rare people that does graphics on.
He's very good.
I love. Like, I just love his design styles, his design choices, how he presents his work. Absolutely love it. Stellar. It's amazing.
It is.
Weller.
Like when he,
you were calling him
Welker. Welker.
Right.
Yeah, I don't know why. I don't know why that stuck in my head for some reason. I'm sure he wouldn't.
Weller.
Those aspects are very little. Chris says I agree with Jace. It was very Trek, which I appreciated. Beyond. But that's the Beyond. Okay. I think it's been a while. That concept didn't do it for me, but the closure aspect is great. Okay. Deed from Holly. She says the rewatch ability is there.
For this film?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'd rewatch it a few times, even though we weren't podcasting on it.
New iPhone. Who did?
Who dis? Yeah, Leticia. That's perfect. Oh my god. Yeah, that's great. Yeah, not as much as the others I can watch all the time.
Yeah,
he's coming. Great. Do you think Leonard ever teased Shatner and said, "Hey, I was in more Star Trek than you"? Hell yeah, he did.
So. Because if it was the other way around, Shatner would be right up in his grill about it. So
yeah,
I hope he does. No, I think Shatner have a good sense of humor about it, and I know obviously that's also a reference that he was close to being involved. Like, JJ had kind of said, like, I'd like Shatner to get involved with this, and I can't remember the reason why it never happened in the end. But I think it's good that he wasn't in there.
I think he wanted top billing and more money than everybody else. That's probably what it was.
Probably, right.
Yeah. I hope they find more cutting room or from the OG series. I'm sure there's out there so much more. Unfortunately, probably not, because Paramount closed the physical media studio. That's gone. So all of that physical stuff is toast. So unless you have a really good metal detector and a dumpster nearby, you can go and metal detect and get all that footage.
He will not be replaced in the new one, FYI. Who won't be replaced?
Who will be replaced?
I don't know, Liz. Who won't be replaced? The crew will be, if they even go. If you like this movie, the IMAX version. Yeah, I've got to say though, IMAX versions just about every movie are better.
Yeah.
They just are.
Oh. Okay, so we're not allowed to talk about Mickey anymore. Why? Mickey from Doctor Who? What's wrong with him? Oh, Anton. They're not recasting Anton. Okay, I got you, Liz.
Yeah, they won't, and I think you're right. And they probably, okay, we can get into a story. When we get into a story after this, because I know I wanted to talk about the news that dropped about Strange New Worlds.
Yes, we'll talk about that for sure.
Yeah, there's something related to that. Yeah, I'd like to.
We'll hop into that. We'll wrap it up with the train come. Okay. What
bothered me, mate?
The nacelles glow. It looks like it's being propelled by explosion of energy instead of a warp.
This movie does that to you, though, Joe.
It does.
There's because the film is mean, and I still stand by that philosophy. It's a mean movie. You know, things irritate you a lot more in this movie. Things like that. So I don't blame the man.
Yeah.
Good.
The Trillian comment with story ideas. Gotcha. My Figure Universe work is stellar. And,
he really is. I think it's great.
Yeah. Holly says he got into some, how shall we put this? Not so nice. Oh no, really? Damn it! This is the Mickey thing, because they said Mickey. You can't talk about Mickey, who was in the beginning of the movie. He was the guy that Khan kind of whispered in his ear to save his daughter, and he used that guy to blow up Starfleet. And apparently he did some dirty boy.
All right, is that Damien? Is that Damien? What's his actor's name?
Yeah, he's a British actor. Yeah.
Yeah, he's the British. He's the guy. Yeah, he was the father who sacrifices.
Right, who sacrificed himself so his daughter could live. Yeah.
Actually, I should say it like that. He commits a horrible terrorist act. That's what he does. Well, sacrifice. He killed a lot of people. Yeah. So
all right, Strange New Worlds, my friend. We don't have the news here.
I don't think I'm going to add anything much more than anyone else has said that has common sense, but Is anyone really shocked that it was finishing in season 5? Were you shocked?
I'm not shocked that it was finishing in season 5. I am shocked that they're only doing 6 episodes. And
that is the shocking point. And there are a couple of reasons why that's shocking to me. A is like, really? You're not doing your 10? But it actually then immediately I went, you're not doing your 10? That's not great. We're getting less. But then I immediately flipped and went, oh, no, that's really good. Because that says to me, they've got a plan and they've got a story. And they know exactly at this point, they know how much time they need to execute that story. So it actually gave me a lot of confidence that they know how they're going to end this thing. It's a hard thing to accept, I know, but we've got to get used to the fact it's a 5-season franchise at this point.
Right. Well, I mean, the what do you call it? The Paramount era streaming is going to be, because the whole issue, Damon actually explained it to me pretty well, is that when the actors get 60 seasons or X amount of episodes, then they have to pay them royalties, so they get like residuals, and that gets quite expensive. So they're basically loopholing it so they don't have to pay for it.
That is one aspect of it. That is one aspect of it. And the other thing is too is, the old business model was pretty easy for them on television because it's based upon advertisers. You show rates well, you get more advertisers, you make more money. Or if it's syndication, like UPN, people, you sell it to independent, it's a fairly easy system. But I don't think I've ever heard a very clear explanation how streaming content makes money.
We know
the basis of it. Oh, well, people subscribe and all the amount of that they put in production. Well, the basis of that, I understand that the practicality of that is not realistic, is it? Because
more
$11 subscribers you get, production costs go up, things go like. I don't know how it is really. I'd love to see the books on it one day, but I would say the actors have something to do with it as well. I also think they. The problem with the new Star Trek is, and people love it. Don't get me wrong, but it's shoot to thrill, right? As they say, like this. Shoot to thrill. We're making movies every week, or every episode, and I think that is a problem. Because it means the production costs are through the roof. And I've always thought maybe if they just brought it down 20-30% in budget and we got more episodes, maybe instead of 10, we get 15. But, we don't have a, giant third act action sequence every other episode. And, when you think of it, and maybe because I'm old and a fuddy-duddy, my favorite Star Trek episodes genuinely didn't have a lot of special effects. Measure of a Man.
No.
It's really just a courtroom drama,
Yeah.
Probably my favorite episode right off the bat. And a lot of my favorite episodes are, don't have
Pale Moonlight. Not too much going on.
There you go, man. Like, it's, at the end of the day, but that's what it is. So, but we're going to get 5 seasons of things. And,
at least we get a whole wrap up. I'm hoping on those 6 episodes, we get the Game of Thrones expanded longer episode treatment. That would be good. I forget how long is Strange New Worlds. It's 45 minutes, right?
But my figure universe probably there's no reason they couldn't do an hour and 15-minute episode.
Holly Mack says yes. Plan how to wrap it up, and we don't know for sure how long the runtime will be on those final 6 episodes.
Well, you know what I think has thrown that into the discussion too is we know is about Stranger Things. The fact that their final episodes are like Lord of the Rings,
2 hours long.
They're insane. Each one
and
is a full
split up too, right?
There's 5. I don't know, how they're doing it, but
and then
you're right. There's no reason.
Hi, Crusher.
Saying hi. There's no reason they couldn't do that. That would be cool. That would be.
He says no. Just give them the deal and less cash for royalties, and everyone is happy. Make a deal. It was art of the deal. All right, streaming Hollywood stars are running into it, so it's less stressful / demanding.
Well, I don't know. I think creatively speaking, it's where it's at, right? I mean, you're not those $40 million films that Hollywood used to make and we'd get a lot of romantic comedies, dramas, mid-size action films. A $40 million film has disappeared. You don't get them in Hollywood anymore, all right? They're not making theatrical release. So a lot of that content now really just lives and dies in streaming, doesn't it?
True.
And makes it hard, though, because it's almost harder than it was when they were theatrical, because they dumped so much on streaming. I don't know about you guys, but I could spend an hour just on one menu screen scrolling forever to find something.
Yeah,
because it's too much.
Oh wow. Yeah,
they replace actors with
AI.
Well, if someone said that, even a year ago, I would have said, yeah, but man, I don't know. With the there were two epiphanies for me recently. One was seeing the first baby video, which was cute once, not 50 million times by 50 million different people. Now I don't care. Yeah. And the first Bigfoot video. Yeah, again, Bigfoot, it was done once, joke done. Don't need to see 20 million of them.
Yeah, pretty much.
But you go and look, dude, we're starting to get into that realm.
Well, that's what the whole strike is.
I could be AI right now. What's that?
Oh, wow. AI James. But that's what the basis of the strike was about, was like the use of AI and the likeness.
I would love, and we know people out there, Joe. We both know people out there that could answer it for us. I wonder what the deal that was struck. If someone could explain it to us in very simple layman terms, because I'm an idiot, that would be great, because I don't really understand where they landed with that.
Yeah. So there's our referral link. If you guys want to join StreamYard, you get a discount with us. You start your own podcast, but talk to VHS Jace if you're going to start your own podcast, because he does some amazing stuff. And
I've set up a few over the years now for people, haven't I? I've had a few clients now.
The only reason why any of my shows get views is because they look good because of you. Like even on my other channel, To Be Seen, you can go and check out the Shedding Light. We got a new episode, Shedding Light on Ghost. We're in the UK, and we're going to be doing Australia next year. So maybe if you check it out, if you watch,
do they even have an Australian version?
Yeah, no, it's coming out next year. Yeah, no, it's coming out. Yeah, so
I'm sure it'll be great quality. I mean, just like the Australian version of The Office that came out earlier. Oh,
it did. You guys had one?
Yeah, we had
a
season of it. Not particularly, no.
Oh,
not particularly.
Well,
not great.
It is great to sit and talk Star Trek with you again, but you have an amazing project that looks so cool that I'm hoping you are going to talk about right now.
Well, I will, absolutely. And look, just put it out there. It's the reason I left the show is because of my narcissism. When I have this idea for a show that I've always wanted to do, and it's a big deal. And it's a hard decision. It was hard because I love you guys. I love doing. Like I said, I'm not at Trek level that you guys are, but I love doing the show and connecting with people.
Yeah.
But I just had to do it. That's just because I wanted to do a show based on shows that I grew up watching. But then I wanted to talk about things that I think are fun that gets overlooked, and that is cheesy movies. Like you think of Walmart, you go in back in the days of DVDs, and you'd find those bins, and you'd find all these movies like, what the tarantula versus pineapples? Like what the?
Yeah.
You would find these weirdest things. Well, in this day and age, I live on Tubi, so I decided to do a show called Talking Tubi, and it's a show based around that, where I pick 2 films a week, and look, it is rated R for lots of pew pew and boobies, unfortunately. But it's a show where I talk about, and I've got my my co-host AI Arnold, and basically each show I talk about a couple of movies. We have a look at some of the crazy clips and everything they have on these movies, and it's just a lot of fun. So up to episode 7 is coming out very soon. So if you guys wanted to check it out, it'd be most appreciative. It is a lot of fun. It can be a bit raunchy. There's no doubt about it. But AI Arnold, when I started the show, he was top of the line AI model. Gee, a few months later, he's getting a bit dated now. Might have to upgrade him at some point. But we have a lot. It's fun. It's goofy. And you get to check out films that you would never normally watch. But they're fun not because they're particularly good. They're fun because they're bad. So,
and there's killer soundtracks about that show. Too,
I'm very particular about the music.
That music is dope.
One of the things, and I remember your response. I remember Jason's response where I proclaimed, "I don't care about copyright. I don't care. I want my episode," because I felt so confined restrictively. So I went, I'm going to find the right music for clips. I'm going to use copyrighted music. I'm going to basically put it at the beginning of the show saying I am using it. At the end of the show, promote the fact that you go to these artists on Spotify and things like that and buy their music. But yeah. So I'm banned in Russia and Belarus. But everywhere
which is weird. It's so weird. I think that's just a revenge thing. Oh, Australia not help Russia.
YouTube, look, they copyright them in the fact that I can't ever make money on YouTube from those videos. And that's fine because I honestly do this for fun. Although I will be starting a Patreon at some point. So any support will be great as well. So
yeah. I mean, it's not easy.
They're a lot of fun.
They're a lot of fun, but it takes a lot of work to do what you're doing. So the difference between like this show and what you're doing is you're standing there, you got a camera, you've got to edit the whole thing, you got to get all that music.
The way it goes down is there's lots of layers to it. Like, you give yourself a week to find 2 movies and watch them, right? And do proper reviews on them. Then, I make clips. I do a synopsis video, then I do other videos that I've got to gather all that footage. I've got to edit it. I've got to find the music. I've got to do the voiceover. I do 4 or 5 of them per. Find a couple of commercials that I like to play in each one. Yeah, it takes about 3 to 4 weeks. That's why there's only one a month.
Yeah, makes sense.
Because it's time. Worth it.
Yeah.
Yeah, and there's a lot more planned coming up, guys. There's a lot of this at the moment is version 1. Version 2 coming down the pipeline is definitely going to add more madness to the show. I promise you that.
Fantastic. Absolutely fantastic. I've had such a ball chatting with you. I really appreciate you coming in, swooping in, hanging out. We had such a good time.
Well, you know what? I think it went that well. I think I might have to just insert myself into Captain's Quadrant for the entirety of Strange New Worlds.
I think that's a great idea.
What do you think, Joe?
I think it's great. Let's rock and roll, baby.
At all? No, it hasn't.
No, not at all.
No, yeah, definitely. I just want to thank you, Joe and Jason, for allowing it because I'll be very transparent. I actually reached out and said, "Hey, I really do love Star Trek: Strange New Worlds. I have a lot of bias around it. I would love to continue to talk about it because I thought if I'm going to talk about Star Trek, I'm going to go back to where I started it all.
Yeah.
So I'm really excited to talk about Strange New Worlds with you guys.
Me too.
And I promise more of the dumb suggestions, bad comedy, and pure madness that I bring to the table.
Woohoo! Awesome. We're very excited. We welcome you back with big open bear hug arms. Thank you so much.
He's got him too. I've been hugged by Jason. It is rather
me too.
Intimidating.
Big old bear hands too.
He kind of he's around you, lurches around you. I don't know.
Yeah,
I had to have 2 showers after that. Yeah.
I'm sweaty too. Yes, that's going to wrap it up for this week. Thank you so much for listening. Thank you so much for watching. Thank you so much for downloading this episode. If you're listening to it on either the ears only version of Patreon or on the Spotify app or wherever you listen to your podcast series, be sure to check out our other stuff. As he mentioned, our Trek Long Island Fray was incredible. Our interview with Andrew Robinson was stellar, and you can listen to half of the panel. Yeah, you can listen to half of the panel with Phil Morris, which was incredible, with his sister Iona and Susan Dahl.
Did you ask him about Mission Impossible?
Of course.
Yes, when I know you did. Which was like, yes.
And then and all the people, the panel that you see is other people asking about Mission Impossible. So absolutely go check that out. Check out our interview with David Barclay. If you like us talking about movies, you can check out the Nemesis one, which really went over well, didn't it? No.
I actually haven't watched that review, but I'm a little bit. I should go watch it right now because we have discussed this previously, and my opinion was that you liked that movie.
I love that movie. I don't care. That is a hill I will die on.
Yeah. Hey, good for you, Joe. You should die on that hill if you like that movie.
It's great. I will end my time loving that movie. All right, everybody. And if you enjoyed the show, and we're very excited to have VHS Jace come back, be sure to become a member of our Patreon, just like these fine people. And there are so many wonderful perks, including stickers, t-shirts, shout-outs, and very special hellos. Be sure to join the Patreon. Until next time, everyone, peace and long life, baby.
We honor our Patreons.
Holimac 79, Johannes Borg, Chris Katelka, Denise Hill, Joe Saporito.
Still